Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. I'm here to learn the hard lessons so that you don't have to. If there's one thing I've heard over and over again in my journey into learning about firearms and getting into the whole thing, it's buy once, cry once. And I had to learn that one the hard way. So that's what this video is for, so that hopefully you all don't have to learn that the hard way. And as an example, we're going to use the Radian Raptor charging handle. And spoiler alert, this video is that the Radian is the way to go and not to go with cheap knockoffs. But before we start, I want to thank everyone that's subscribed to the channel. I want to thank everyone that leaves me comments, everyone that likes these videos, and everyone that shares them with their friends and other people that are into this kind of content. I really do appreciate that. So when you buy an AR-15, generally it comes with this charging handle. The basic mil-spec, single latch, very small, almost difficult to actuate charging handle. And this is usable, absolutely. This will work, it'll charge your weapon. It's not very comfortable. It's not ambidextrous. You have to grab it on this side, or at least with two fingers in order to actuate it. And it's just very basic. It is what it is. So when I started upgrading this AR-15 here, one of the things that I kept seeing on high quality rifles was a Radian Raptor charging handle. I liked the way they looked, and I liked the functionality of them. But, a Radian Raptor is going to cost you between $75 and like $130, depending which model you go with. So, in my quest to find a cheaper alternative, and don't get me wrong, there are plenty of high-value products in the firearms world. Firearms themselves that can be high value. This M&P 15 Sport 2 has turned out to be an extremely reliable rifle, as has my Palmetto State Armory AR pistol here. Even my daily carry pistol here, the Taurus G2C, very reliable firearm. But you have to do your research and find out what is high value versus what is just cheap. And I made the mistake of getting this charging handle from Gray Badger Firearms. Now, it looks just like a Radian Raptor. And we'll go up close in a second so we can compare them. I thought, I got one for this AR here. And it did work well. It was comfortable. It was ambidextrous. It was a lot easier to use than this. But, so because of that, I got a second one for my second AR here. And fairly soon after getting both of them, the pins started walking out. On both of them. On this one and on this one. So many times I went to the range and I'd have a pin come completely out during, within shooting a magazine. And in the wintertime, that meant me on my hands and knees looking for one of these little pins in the snow. Every time I did find it, and I was able to put the pin back in, and, that charging handle lived to charge another day. But eventually, and I haven't had these all that much time, the latch broke on this one. If you could see that there is no more latch on it. On your charging handle, you're supposed to have a latch here that holds the handle shut on your upper receiver after it slams forward, after you charge the weapon. So this one no longer does that. So what did I do? I decided to not cheap out on charging handles anymore, and I bought a Radian. But because of that, the knockoff here was like $35. The Radian was like $75. I could have spent $75 in the very beginning and had a charging handle that wasn't going to break on me. Instead, I spent $35 plus $75 So I've spent $110 now on a $75 charging handle. So did I really save money by getting the cheaper one? I don't think so. And I'm probably gonna have to replace this one eventually too, because the pins do keep walking out. And if it's anything like this one, that latch will probably break eventually, if not something else on it. So my point here, buy once, cry once, get quality stuff. If you're looking for something high value or low cost, make sure you do your due diligence and make sure that it's a quality product. Now we're gonna go up close real quick and compare the two of these so that you can see that even though something might look exactly the same as the brand name product, that it's not. So this is your standard mil-spec charging handle that comes on most ARs. And you can see, it was starting to get some wear just from the use that, I put on it before I replaced it. And in fact, I think this is the one from my Palmetto state. So this one I used for a very short period of time before I replaced it with one of these Gray Badger Firearms charging handles. Now, it should have been a red flag to me when, with very minimal use, this charging handle was showing a ton of wear on it. That started happening right away. All the wear on this part, and even up here where it slams into your upper receiver. Also, these pins started walking out right away. And this happened on both of these charging handles. But technically, it did hold up, and I wasn't really that nice to it. Now, let's take a look at the Radian to see what the difference is here. So this is your packaging, and Radian tells all about it here, that the Raptor-LT is much better than the mil-spec variant, obviously, but it's made out of 7075 T6 aluminum, whereas this one is 6061. So right there, the material that it's made out of is not nearly as good. This one is 7075, and the finish on it is also much higher quality. So I guarantee that the Radian isn't going to show this kind of wear right away. Now let's take a look at the pins on these, because that's where I first started seeing trouble. On the Radian here, take a look at those pins versus these ones, and you can see them walking out. They're sticking up there. Other than that, you can see that this is a knockoff of Radian's design. Now, the Radian does have a bigger latch on that side versus that side, whereas this one is the same on either side. But, this is absolutely a ripoff of a Radian charging handle, which, I hate to admit it, that is why I bought it. I wanted a Radian without paying Radian prices. Here you can see where the latch broke off it. The Radian is just, it's higher quality. You can tell just by holding it. It's a little bit heavier. The pins are higher quality. They're tighter. Everything about it just looks better. So, it was a lesson that I had to learn. I didn't buy once, so I had to buy twice. So there you have it, folks. Radian Raptor charging handle. If you're gonna get a Radian Raptor, get a Radian Raptor. Don't get one of these. Don't get one of the Amazon knockoffs or any of these other brands that look like the brand name product that you want to get. Get the right one. It's a better design anyway. This one, you can see this is longer on this side so that you can reach it, even with your forward assist there. A little bit shorter on this side so it doesn't snag on you so much when you have it slinged up. It's a really good design. There are a lot of great charging handles out there. Radian is probably known as the best one, and check it out. The latch works now. So I'm sure eventually I'll be getting a Radian LT for this AR as well, and I recommend that you do too. Take this so that you don't have to learn the lesson the hard way the way I did. Buy once, cry once. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. Please drop us a like if this brought you any value. Leave me a comment. Have you made the same mistakes that I have? Or do you buy once, cry once? And please share this with your friends that are into firearms content. Also, check out the Patreon link down below. any amount, $1, $5 a month, whatever, really helps the channel out so we can buy more firearms to bring you more content. And there will be an Amazon link down below. You can find a cheap charging handle on Amazon. I don't recommend it, but anything that you buy there within the next 24 hours, if you click on my link, gives the channel a little kickback, helps out quite a bit. So from Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.